Hello everyone, what's up and welcome to the Shiny Raigeki channel. Now, I'm going to do something a bit new for us today, which is the Odd-Eyes Gravity Dragon deck. But I'm going to explain the tech cards, I'm not going to explain the main deck because you use the standard Magician engine, what I have been using. So there's nothing to tell about in that. Now, Gravity has not been seen a lot of play due to the Odd-Eyes Fusion, which is better. But Odd-Eyes Fusion is not better against every single matchup. Now, what this offers for you is certain matchups are much easier. Cosmos, kind of still straightforward, but you can win Cosmos one-on-one, naturally. But example, Burning Abyss is a very good example of this. Because their strongest monster will be Dante, also, their next best monster would be Beatrice. This has 2500 defense. If you sit it in defense, they cannot pass it. Okay? They'll have to live with it for a good while. They'll have to Firefall, get rid of it. And they tend to use a lot of cards to get into their monsters. They'll have to pay like 1500 just to get into a Beatrice that cannot kill this. And then they have to activate something to get rid of it for one turn and still have to lose life points. Also, when this card is special summon, and I quote special summon, not ritual summon, you can send back all back row to your opponent's hand, all spells and traps. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but your opponent cannot activate a card in response to it. So what it does for you, even in the Performapal matchups, it throws back Sky Iris, all their spells and traps, their hand, Scolding, and other stuff cannot activate in response to it. And the most important thing, Solemn Strike, which I am personally against, because I've been striked so much, like, it's not even real. I've been into tournament matches and can't even pendulum someone one time. That's how horrible it is. Now, let me go right in. By the way, you only need one gravity, but I'm playing two because shit happens. It is Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything can happen. Anything. You only need one because it's accessible from your graveyard as well. Next up, the standard Magician engine. 3 Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon, 3 Dragonpit Magician, 1 Dragonpulse, 1 Wisdom-Eye Magician, 3 Oath, and Noble Dragon Magician. Now that's it for the standard Magician build. Now what I am running is 2 Xiangke. The reason why Xiangke is good, not because he's a 2/5 beast stick that negates light monsters, which are seen a lot of play. The reason why it's good is because it's a level 7 pendulum monster. Now for the ritual spell, which is Odd-Eyes Advent, will come to eventually, it requires for you to tribute a pendulum monster. You can't tribute any other thing, so you have to play pendulums in the deck. And it's a 1 card tribute, so it doesn't make me lose out from it. So that's it for the Magicians. Next up is the Performapals. 1 Joker, 1 Monkeyboard, triple Unicorn, and Trump Girl. Now Trump Girl is a must play in this now, 100%. Not for the fact that you could play, what's it called again, Odd-Eyes Fusion. Odd-Eyes Fusion would be a good card, but Odd-Eyes Fusion will block you from using Odd-Eyes Advent, so you can't play both. So Trump Girl will get your fusions without affecting your Odd-Eyes Advent, your ritual spell. And then I play 3 Unicorn, of course, because I am afraid of breaking. My opponents will kill me if I break. And then the others are just standard. I should get the deck read out, but I'm afraid of the ban list. Like, if they hit the monkey board, like, why did I bother getting it super rare? So I'm afraid of that. Next up, triple Sky Iris. Triple. And double Terraforming. Now, the thing is to it, Sky Iris is key in the deck. You can draw either the spell or the monster and you get into your combo. Sky Iris for 2 turns, you have your big ritual monster already at 100% firepower. Plus Sky Iris can get you out of normal duels. Remember, you're still playing the Magician, so you don't really need the ritual to rely on. And you can, example, if I draw 2 low scales, I can Sky Iris, destroy one of them, search into my Unicorn, so I have a high scale and low scale. If I have 2 high scales, put in 1, destroy it, and search for Odd-Eyes, so I have a low scale, so it works out very well for me. The only problem I really have is the potential of drawing too much, but normally players play this. They play this amount, 2 Terraforming, 2 Skyers, and you know you still don't have to find it first turn. So I'm bumping it up so I find it 100%. Next up, 3 Others Advent, the spell card, the card that makes the deck itself. Now, if my opponent controls 2 monsters and I control none, I can activate Others Advent and send Others monsters from my extra deck to my graveyard. Now, it doesn't necessarily special summon the Others Gravity Dragon. You can ritual summon any dragon monster, well, dragon ritual monster, so keep that in mind. Also, you can send multiple Others, it doesn't care, so that's an actual thing. And then to make matters better for you is that when you use it, you can ritual summon from your graveyard. So if you top deck this card, it is not dead. As long as you've bumped into one of the rituals early in the duel, it's 100% live, and that's what's good. You're not really losing anything by drawing into it at any point in the duel. It's always going to give you a 2800 beat stick. And let's say you have it in the grave and your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you still control a monster. You can tribute that monster, bounce back all back rows so they can't do anything, and then pendulum someone after that when it's safe. So it opens a lot of things for you. And then we have Preparation of Rites for obvious reasons. It's just a very good card. Next up is 3 Pendulum Call, must play still. It's like a rotor for your deck. And then Raigeki as your only spell card. Well, the only spell card that's a staple. Next one up is the traps. Traps run very few. Bottomless, 2 Grandhorn, Scolding, and Solemn Warning. Of course, if you have Strike, these 3 should be removed. For Strike, I obviously do not own Strike, or else you'll be seeing them right now. Okay, but I'm doubt I'll be ordering Strikes like $50 card. I'm not going to just get up as a budget player and do that. And I know a lot of you out here now watching will understand, like, you don't really have the time to do that. Next one up is the fusions. Double Vortex and Rune-Eyes. Now, key is that the fact that you use Strong Girl and she comes back every turn mean you can fusion someone every turn. So a Vortex is live for you every turn. Rune-Eyes is live the next turn if you wish. So you'll always have a play to make. Next one up is the Synchros. 2 Meteor, Clearwing, and Black Rose Dragon. I'm testing Black Rose currently because I have one spot that's iffy, which was Diamond Direwolf, and I haven't used him since the ban list has changed. I haven't summoned him. And it's mostly because the Wisdoms got hit in the deck, so you don't have a lot of level 4, so you don't make a lot of rank 4 plays. As a matter of fact, I think I can only make 2 rank 4 plays for the entire match. And so it doesn't make sense I kill up myself to play a lot of rank 4, so I just play 2. And then Black Rose was going on well because the only way to go into Black Rose is for you to have the Noble Dragon. Now, it's very hard to go into Noble Dragon. The fact that I can go to it means that I Pendulum Call. If I Pendulum Call, I can Black Rose safely knowing that my Pendulum zones are safe. So it's just a little tech and it's been working a little bit. I haven't tried summoning it consistently every turn, but it has been doing its job so far. And note that I play 2 Meteor. The thing is why I'm noting this, the Advent sends one of these 2. I can't send anything else because the Exceeds don't have levels. Okay, so that's why I'm playing this. Now if you have an Oafdragon, obviously get it back into your extra deck and you don't have to worry about anything. But you play 1 to send and 1 to summon. 1 to send, 1 to summon, because I never know when I might ritual someone. Next up for the rank 4s, Castel and Trapeze Magician. I was contemplating Gaga Cowboy to put him back in, but the Trapeze, the fact that I can summon Cowboy, I can summon Trapeze. And now Trapeze will be more damage than Cowboy. A lot of times my opponent cannot activate anything, but they have like a Beatrice in defense and it takes a while. I don't want them to draw anything to out me before I can finish the duel. But Trapeze has been doing its job so far, so I have no complaints. Next, rank 6, Utopia Beyond. For 7, number 11 Big Eye, Flare, 2 Absolute Dragon, and then of course your big boy Rebellion. Rebellion is here for obvious reasons, just a good monster on general. Big Eye is there to help you. Flare and your ritual monster. Flare and your Gravity Dragon is a very good combination to have on the field, because having the 2 of them on the field simultaneously equals your opponent can only activate 7 cards. If they activate that 8th card, they will lose the duel. So just imagine that they can only activate 8 cards or effects for the entire duel while these 2 are face up. Now note this briefly. Flare does damage. This they have to pay life points, so they're not actually inflicting any damage. Just keep that in mind. And then our next point why Absolute is good now. Absolute can detach and bring back Gravity if you ritual summon it earlier in the duel. So it will, even in your opponent's turn, if they slip up, let's say you have a Denko second field. I know I'm not playing one, but it can happen. And your opponent attacks, you can negate, pull this back, throw back all their back row in their hand, and then they can't set them back. So it's a little cheap combo. Also, the Grand Horn of Heaven, a little quick combo with it is that if you have Meteor on the field and your opponent is using Burning Abyss, do not feel afraid or shy if they go into Dante or Beatrice to use your Horn of Heaven, because even though they have a lot of graveyard effects that's going to trigger off most likely even 4 at one time, the Grand Horn of Heaven, if your opponent is not aware, it pushes them to the battle phase or their end phase. So if they choose to want to have a main phase 2 and they choose to go battle phase, Meteor will prevent all effects from activating in the battle phase. So they'll just exceed someone into Beatrice, you stop that, you'll negate 4 monsters. It doesn't even negate them, they just can't activate. They'll have the option to end their turn though, and they'll get their effects, but you'll have a clear attack next turn. So that's it for the video, and I hope it was helpful for you, and I want you to just give me a little feedback of what you think and what you like. You can try and test out the deck is working for me, and even decks like Cleese with the 3 demise is a very easy beatdown for me. I'm not going to go through the side deck because you guys should already know what I side. I'm not changing it. The only thing I'm take out is Twin Twister, because it doesn't make any sense in the deck anymore, because Gravity will lift up everything back, and this is the only change to put these in the side. Alright, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Have a great day. Peace.